Hello everyone, emmy-lou here. Today I want to draw TUTANKHAMUN. So he was known as King Tut. So he was an Egyptian pharaoh, ancient Egyptian pharaoh. It's tricky to say, isn't it? It's kind of a tongue twister. So he was an ancient Egyptian pharaoh. He was taken to the throne. So he took to the throne from the age of 8 or 9 years old. So it's super young, isn't it? So we're going to draw him today, and I think it will be quite easy. We're just going to go and I'm going to use chalk pastel. I'm going to use a portrait. So the paper's up portrait. So if it's the other way, it's landscape. I'm going to use a pen, but we need to use a pencil in case we need to rub out. Okay. He was the last in his royal family to rule, which I thought was really cool. So let's draw him. Okay, so first you're going to need, let's just do like a rainbow at the top. So right at the top, you're going to get very subtle rainbow, so not too exaggerated, just like that. And then next to that, underneath, you're going to do another one. So it's going to be like almost like a headband, but it's not. And then you're going to touch the sides and you're going to go down. So you're going to go la la la. And then the other side. So what you're trying to form at the moment is the face. So once you've got the face shape, it's really fun to do the eyes and everything. So all we want to do is almost like the beard. So we're going to do a mini rainbow. Mini rainbow. I saw a rainbow the other day actually. It was raining and sunny. It was so lovely. So we're going to touch there, go down, touch there, go down. So can you see that I'm getting smaller? Started off big there and I'm getting smaller there. And then at the end of that, we're going to just do a bit of a bobble, like a bit of a circle. We want this to look almost like it's plaited. So what you could do is almost like doing Ys. Doesn't matter how you do it, just something like that is completely fine. And then what you want to do is, let's draw the face, because I love drawing, well, I don't normally love drawing faces, but this one's really fun. So we're going to start off with the lips. We just want to do it really simple. So we're going to go this. We're going to do it like this. We're going to have shape like that for the bottom lip. Then inside, we're going to do this. It's like, do you know what it reminds me of? It's a bit like a an M, I think. And then we want to do the top lip, but you can't really see too much in the picture. I'm just going to do that. Don't worry too much about doing the top lip in a certain shape. Just something like that's fine. And then the nose is above it. So we're going to go, and then we're just going to go, you don't want it to look too like a pig. I shouldn't imagine it will, but just something like that's fine. 2 little lines as well if you want. And then we're going to just go up to about there. And then up to about there. And then what you're going to do is think about Cleopatra's eyes. They're beautiful. Oh, it's windy outside. They've got lots and lots of makeup on there. So we're just going to do eyebrows. And then you want to do amazing eyes, a little bit like a cat. So you're going to do this. If you can, try and get it parallel. Mine are not parallel actually. I've done mine a little bit wonky, which I think's okay. But try and get it parallel, which just means the same. Yeah, you want to do it the same really. So it's the same. Okay, and then underneath. Can you see that I'm trying to make it almost look like a cat? That makes sense. They're quite sharp, the eyes. Eyeball. Now we don't want to do too much detail because we can just add the chalk and add the detail then. But to shape the face, we just want to touch there and just sort of go like this. Just because it will give the impression that there's more depth to it. So it's a bit of shadow. Right, the eyebrows can be bigger obviously, as in more chunky. And then we're going to do the ears, really important. So don't be scared to do them quite large. So like that's fine. He had earrings in his ears. And then we just do up there. If I'm going too fast, just pause the video. I seem to be going fast lately. I need to just slow down. So once you've done that, don't worry if you haven't got the detail, it doesn't matter. And then what you want to do is, I start off with the headdress. So we've got what looks like a snake. I think it's almost a bird on there. You might have to check that one out. But we're going to do a shape like this. It's going to go U shape there, U shape there. This one's a bit bigger, but it doesn't matter too much. And then you're going to do this. Just going up like that. And then this one's going to go. So it's almost like, they remind me of big jelly beans. This one's a snake or a serpent. So snake, but it could be a cobra, I think. So we're going to just draw a really simple face like that. You don't want to do it too complicated because it just ends up being tricky to do. So I'm just doing that. So pause the video and look at what I did if you've missed it. And it's probably a tongue in there, but that's like a snake, a cobra snake almost, I think it is. And then this one, it looks like a bird, but as I say, double check that. And then we're going to go, and we want a nice beak. So we're just going to go like that. If you can't do the beaks, think of it like, get a piece of paper and I can show you. The beak's kind of like that. That's all it is there. And then we just want an eye. I think I'm not going to put too much detail because we'll be here for some time and we want to keep it quite simple really. I'm just going to rub out that line in there because you wouldn't see it because it's inside the headdress. So it's in front of it. So now we're going to do, let's do what he's holding. So what he's holding is, right, let's start here and just go up. And it reminds me of what people use as a walking stick. It symbolises something else in Egyptian times. So we're going to just do that. Now, as I say, we're keeping it quite simple because there's a lot to draw here. And then the other thing that he's got in his hand, now, you see that bit there? Just go down and you want to draw what looks like a roof of a house but rounded, just under there, because this is going to turn into the wrist. So we're just going to then join the wrist like that. Then we want to do the hand. So just coming out from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, because we've got 4 fingers. So just like that. Now this is where the fun bit comes in because it looks really cool. So he's holding something. You have to see what the name is. I might write it on the video actually. We're just going to do a rectangle like that because he's holding in his hands. It's going to do this. So touch there, float, 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 touch, float, 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 touch. When I say float, I do this. So I'm pressing on the paper, then I pick my pen up, press down. When it touches something, pick it up, press down. That way you get a really cool straight line. Now we're going to just simplify this as well. So just go down like this. And you want to go 1. They remind me of sausages. There we go. So big sausages there. And go up. Then you can add your jewels there. As I say, I'm going to keep it simple. Just because otherwise we'll be there all day, won't we? Drawing it. But you can obviously look at the reference one. Now, for the sleeve, I'm just going to do inside rectangle. A couple of lines, just to make it interesting. Now, to make it look like he's holding this bit, we're just going to do like a little thumb, just so it looks like he's holding it. We are nearly there with the drawing. We just have to create the whole headdress. So it needs to be quite large. So we just touch about there. It's like somewhere there. And it's going to be quite square. You don't want it too rounded, to about there. So can you see? It's past the chin. Do the same on the other side. It's about there. So if you ever wonder if it's parallel, you can just float your pen over and see. Right, that's your headdress. So now we're going to go in. And then you're going to go down. So when you go down, about there, to about where the hand is might help. Doesn't matter too much if it's a bit wobbly or wonky, don't worry. And then go up. And then the same for this one. If you're not quite sure, all you have to do is flute, so then go up. So this bit should be bigger than that. This is rather large, that's quite small I've done, haven't I? Done that way small. I think I wasn't quite looking. There we are. See, I make so many mistakes, but it's okay. We can correct it. So get your rubber and rub it out if you haven't got what you want. And don't worry, this is a complicated picture. So don't worry if you think, oof, can't do this. Just give it a go. Every time I'm not unsure of something, I just try it, and then normally the more you do it, the better you become. So you know where this bit goes? We're going to do this. And then just here, same. Now we're going to put the shapes in, and the shapes are really fun. You could decorate this in the style of August Klimt, actually. That might be a nice idea. He's a famous artist who's not alive anymore. He did a really awesome picture, actually. He did really beautiful art. I'm just doing lines here. Just lines. And then I'm going up. Like that. And then here, just lines like this. And then some straight lines there. In between these lines, so there's decoration of some type. So that's pretty cool. That's what I wanted. And then let's have a little look at the picture, because there is a lot there, isn't there? Yeah, there's a lot there, really. We can't draw everything. Whew, there is a lot there, because he's got this thing that goes like that around his neck. Yeah, do you know what? We can't draw everything, otherwise it's too much, isn't it? But I think that's pretty good, to be honest, because that's a lot of things, isn't it? Yeah, I think we can make that even bigger perhaps and move it down, but don't worry, don't worry. Okay, so then we've got a little jewel there. I don't know what it is, but it's a really awesome looking jewel. My mum would like this. She loves lots of intricate designs. It looks great. Okay, now this, we're going to do this. It's really cool. Just around. You don't want to do too many, otherwise you end up having to colour quite a lot. Oh, can you see what I'm doing when I do floating? So I touch it, and as I hit the shape, I pick it up and do that, because that means you don't get to you don't spoil, should I say, the picture. Right, that is it. That's my drawing of it. I mean, there's a lot there, isn't there? But that's okay. So what you could do once you've done it in pencil is go over it with a marker, or go over it with a biro, or go over it with an ink pen. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to get my chalks. Ta-da! These are my chalks. Is it a bit... No, I thought it was a bit wobbly. Okay, right. Now bear with, because I'm going to look at the colours. Most of it is gold, so I like the idea of the orangey colour, and I'm just going to... I'm basically colouring... This is why it's good to go over with a black pen, because if you do the chalk, you'll still see the lines. Right, one. Ooh, there is orange as well. It's like a Well, it's not really, but it reminds me of a, what do you call it? When you cross the road. Zebra crossing, but not quite. Okay. Gosh, everything is gold pretty much. So what I'm doing is I'm holding the chalk like that because it's a lot easier. Obviously you can paint this. You can paint it, you can use oil pastel, you can use whatever you like. I'm just doing this for the sake of the video. And it's also a little bit quicker to show you as well. Okay, I think that's kind of, oh, maybe not. Looks like a duck, my one, doesn't it? Okay, the ears are definitely that colour. Right, once you've done that, oh, inside the eyes as well. Right, once you've done that, just get your one finger and we're just going to go over, like if you go over the eyeballs and everything, it doesn't matter. We're going to colour it in anyway. I think they're lawnmower in the grass outside. Always when I want to do a video. Oh, okay. Perfect. As much as it can be. Right, and then there's loads of blue. So we're going to get a lovely dark blue. That blue's a nice one. And I'm going to put in, I mean, even darker would be better. Yeah. Quite like the idea of a darker one, actually. Oh. Right. Yeah, do you know what? I think a darker blue might be good. I'm going to just do this one and see how I feel. Yeah, I quite like it. I think I like it because it's quite light, like it doesn't overpower the picture. You can't outline this with a biro, or well, you can have a biro, but you can't go over this with a marker when you've smudged the chalk, because it will ruin the. It will actually ruin the marker. Let's maybe do it before. Right, let's get a beautiful blue. Do you like the idea of a dark blue? You know. Right. So this is all blue. And the good thing about having the lines and the black lines there is it really makes it look quite, light. I'm trying to find a light blue. It makes it look really nice. I haven't got a light blue. I've got 7 packets in front of me and no light blue. How interesting. Well, let's try this one. Nah, I think that's light, isn't it? There's loads of jewels. I mean, the whole thing has jewels. This is just gold as well. So it could literally be, you could just carry on and on with this one. Different colours. This is gold as well. There's a lot of gold. Now, I might take a brown colour. So there's a different kind of jewel in there. Is it jewels? No, it might be just a nice metal. Whatever they put in there. So all I'm doing now is I'm just putting different blues, greens. I might do this light blue. So pause the video if I'm going way too far. I'm just trying to colour it all in so you can see what it looks like at the end. A bit of the snake's got blue in it there. It looks a bit like I've moved the picture, isn't it? So smudge all of that. There's a lot to smudge. Can you see that because I've used the black pen, if you went over yours, it would look like this. You'd still see the outline. It's really nice. Now, the only thing you really want to do now is get a black, wherever that is. Where's my black? Okay, to make it stand out, you could get a real nice bright orange if you prefer, but you just want to, it's just to make things stand out. It looks brilliant when they stand out. So all I'm doing is I'm going around my pencil lines. You don't have to do this in chalk, you could do it in black paint. There's a lot of lines. This is a big undertaking, big project, but it's worth it because it looks amazing. As I say with the blue, if you prefer, use a darker blue. Quite like this one though, to be honest. The black lines make things stand out, so it's worth doing them, I think. And as I say, you could have a project where this could last you 6 weeks and you just work on each separate part of it in paint, because it would literally take that long, I think, if you were doing it carefully. Ooh. That's so much. Right, you could then get the dark blue. Let's get a super dark blue. Just got to check that I'm doing it. I've got to keep looking at my... Okay, outline this. Outline my little friend. Now, what you could do, yeah, I definitely think I'd do those darker. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to do them now, darker. They just look better, don't they? I'll be annoyed if I don't. It's funny, isn't it, when you look at it and you think, Okay, now obviously I've done that super fast. Now you want to take your time. You can get some nice yellow as well. Doesn't have to be this colour, but you could do that after you've done the black, really. I do that before. Okay, and all I'm going to do is when you blend, so when you draw over, you get your one finger, all you're doing is you're drawing over the pastel. So you're not smudging it, you're just drawing over it. Can you see? Like I'm just doing every line I've drawn. Obviously I haven't drawn all my lines because I want to keep this as short as I can for you. So you can go away and do it then and show me what you've done, because I love getting all the pictures. If you found this video useful, like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing lots of these different pictures. Okay, so there's my TUTANKHAMUN. Now, that's quite tricky, I think, but I reckon you can do it. I would get a bit of orange and I'd probably just put some shadow, but you've got to be careful because of the black that you put on there. But there we have it. There we have it. There's my TUTANKHAMUN. So enjoy doing that and I will see you soon. Bye.